Good evening, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Guess what? Guess what? It's time for the Ruby Girl Talk with your favorite Ruby Girl, Dr. K. You can call me Dr. K. You can call me Dr. Ruby Girl, favorite Ruby Girl. It doesn't matter, just as long as you show up for the Ruby Girl Show. So once again, I am so excited because it's that time. I know y'all miss us. It seemed like I was just on broadcast like yesterday, but once again, it's Tuesday, and I have a amazing guest tonight. I know you tell us this every week. Every week you bait us like this, but don't every week I have an amazing guest. So if you tune in right now, I know number one, you're a person that be on time. And number two, I know you love me and you love to share. So I want you to share this broadcast. So tonight I have Arianna Williams. Did I say
Ar-
it right?
Ariana Williams.
Arianna Williams. How are you? You supposed to know your guest name, Kay.
It's
Arianna
okay.
Williams. Miss Williams, how are you tonight?
I'm fantastic. I cannot honestly say I feel no better than how I felt this past weekend. I probably feel better. Actually, I can't say I feel way better because I'm a little well rested. So yeah.
Oh, well, amazing, amazing. So what I want you to do, I want you to go on my page,
Okay.
find this video, and now you can share it to your page. And so
Yes, ma'am.
why Ariana does that, what I'm gonna do is my little Ruby Girl commercial. And so thank you for tuning into the Ruby Girl Talk. Ruby Girl comes from Proverbs 31 and 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above the price of a ruby. So, ladies, that make you rare, virtuous, and so valuable to God. And so a woman that knows her worth and value is an empowered woman. Let me tell you, you cannot pull anything over her eyes, the wool, the silk, or the cotton, because she is a woman that's aware of the schemes and the tricks of the enemy. And so you can support Ruby Girl by going to rubygirl.net. It's a movement, y'all, to restore the respect of a woman. I mean, it costs us some things to work outside of the home. I mean, we work in the workplace and we're still not respected. We get paid less than our male counterparts does. So we're still doesn't people still don't see our worth. And that's what Ruby Girl is about, is waking people up to how worthy women are. We are a helpmeet to men. We was created to be a helpmeet. And we just need people to wake up and see that we are valuable to the world. So I'm going to let our special guest, Arianna Williams, introduce herself. How are you tonight, Arianna?
I am blessed and highly favored. It's like God has been doing some surreal things in my life, and I'm still just trying to soak in all of the blessings. Like, you see my cheeks, I can't stop smiling. I just feel so amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great. And y'all see how happy she is, right? I want y'all to picture this, to freeze this, and remember this. And as we go on in the show, we're going to tell you exactly why she is so happy, so exuberant, so filled with the Spirit of God. And if you haven't guessed, Ariana is a little bit younger than me, just a little bit younger than me. But so we have a young lady that's focused on the Lord on the show tonight. And I know people talk so rough about this generation, but there is a remnant, and Ariana is part of the remnant that is not sold out for Christ. So, Ariana, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Arianna Faith Williams. And I love to tell people my real name, my full name, actually, because I move by faith and not by sight, being that God knew who I was before he even formed me in my mother's womb. So he knew that the anointing and the journey that I was just going to have to go on, I would not be able to see it with my actual like my actual two eyes. They had to be through a spiritual lens. And so I literally have to move by faith with every single thing I do, whether or not the outcome don't turn out how it's supposed to, because it's a God thing and it's not an Ari's thing at the end of the day. So
I love that. It's a God
thanks.
thing and not an Ari thing. So it's a God thing, not a me thing.
Yes.
so so we're gonna let the cat out of the bag. This is why Ariana, can I call you Ari?
Yes, that's what everybody call me. I was gonna
Okay.
tell you that. You call me Ari.
Okay, Ari, we friends now, girl. You can call me
Period.
Kay. See, we friends. We just introduced ourselves. So Ari is excited because she just spoke on the Shawn Fair Leadership Tour on this Saturday. So I was honored to be at the tour. I didn't get to see her speak live, but I did watch the recording. And let me tell you, this young lady on the stage, you could see her confidence level, and she talked about God. That's what I totally love. She talked about God. She gave God the glory. She did it without preaching, but putting all her words together to give an impactful message. So, Ariana, Ari, we're friends now. Tell us about the tour. Tell us about it.
Okay, y'all. So the tour is life changing. Like, let's see, is there another word for life changing? Let's see, rebirth. Let me put it that way. It gives new person, like you walk different, you talk different, you start wearing suits and pearls more often. It's just crazy. Like you just start to you develop a circle that you like, I belong here. Like every 9 to 5 job I had, I see why I didn't last, because God has something greater. And by putting an anointing in Shawn Fair's heart to start this organization and to be able, because at the end of the day, your calling is bigger than you. It is not only for you, but it's for the people that's connected to you. And I feel as if Shawn Fair was not obedient, we would not be in this position. We would not be on this call. And so first and foremost, Shawn, if you're watching, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being obedient to your purpose. I appreciate you. I really want to be like you when I grow up. And I just want to say thank you so much for just being so humble while doing this thing and walking out this journey full out, because at the end of the day, it changed my life. Like I was able to connect with people in the same thing that I'm doing, like if that makes sense, in the same calling, not necessarily the same calling, but there are other speakers. I didn't feel left out. I did feel a little underqualified, being that everyone there was way older than me, and a lot of them had doctorate degrees. So I'm like, oh, I dropped out of college. Ooh. So I was kind of self-conscious a little bit, but God told me I put the unqualified and qualified positions. That's what I do. That's how they know it's a me thing and not a you thing, because I put you in places that hustling can't. I put you in places that networking can't. And I'm like, okay, Lord, do your thing then. So when I was there, I met the most amazing people like you. I would not have been able to get connected to you without being in the tour or a part of the tour. Just seeing other people's gifts, like, oh my gosh, it's so much. Oh my gosh, they're so amazing. It's so talented. It's like, you ever seen so much talent in one place, in one room? You'll be so mind blown, because it's like inspiration, motivation, integrity everywhere. It's not like a bubble. It's everywhere. Every corner you turn, it's somebody representing the walk that you're on. And so when I say this is me walking in answer prayers, being a part of the tour, it was life changing. All the way from me having the coaching calls, to being in class, to networking with people who is now my brothers and sisters of the Leadership Experience Tour, because we're family, like we homegirls now, okay? So just all the way to being on a big stage, it was a blessing. It was a blessing. And it shapes you to become the speaker that you always dreamt of becoming. Like there's nothing short of the Leadership Experience Tour. And they do not pay me to say that. They don't at all. Like I'm saying that just to tell y'all, like it's nothing short of amazing. It's probably another word that's higher than amazing, but until God give it to me, we're gonna use amazing for right now. But it is life changing. You can ask anybody. I don't think there's nobody who's ever gone to the tour and said, my life didn't change. Like, how could it not?
I
How?
agree. I agree with you that is life changing for me. The first time that I spoke, it literally delivered me from something I had been dealing with. I would say about 47 years. I had been struggling with it 47 years, and after I spoke, I was delivered. And so for the audiences out there, you always hear me talk about Shawn Fair, and you're probably like, we're tired of hearing you talking about Shawn Fair, but I'm going to talk about Shawn Fair because Shawn Fair is walking in his purpose. And Ari is a purpose coach. And so Shawn Fair is an example to us all that if we walk in our calling, how many people we can bless. This man is changing lives just by doing what God has called him to do. And when I tell you, in the midst of his events, Shawn walks around and talks to everybody, no matter what happens. Shawn is not frantic. When his speakers are late, Shawn is like, all right, they better come on. But he's still cool and calm because he knows the show is going to go on. Me at an event, I'm totally different. I'm focused on whatever. I'm here, I'm there. But Shawn is because he's in his purpose and he's in his calling and he has placed it in God's hands. And so for you that's out there watching, when you walk in your purpose, it's the same way. And honestly, a lot of times we struggle or have issues because we're not walking in our purpose. So Ari did such an amazing job, y'all, that I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to share some of her speech just briefly. Look at her. She's so excited. She's so excited.
Because
So
I
I'm going to
haven't
share.
watched it from that angle yet. So this is about to be a first for all of us. I'm excited.
So I'm
I
going to
haven't
share.
seen it yet.
So I'm going to share my screen with y'all, and I'm going to let you see some of her speech. Okay, let me see if I can find it here, y'all. Don't be looking at the questions. Don't be getting ahead of us. All right. Okay, here we go. So you ready, Ari?
Yes, I am ready. Let's go.
All right. I picked this moment in her speech because to me it was so impactful. All right, here we go.
Something real quick because I got 6 minutes. If I said today, I give you $1,000,000, but you got to die tomorrow, you want it? Nah, because time is more important than money. If I say to you, I'll give you $1,000,000, but you got to be sick for the rest of your life, do you still want it? Nah, because health is more important than money, okay? If I say today, I give you $1,000,000, but your mother has to die tomorrow, do you still want it? Nah, because relationships are more important than money, right? See, finances are not the highest form of compensation. Fulfillment is. And if you can get fulfilled on the inside, it's easy to get to the money on the outside. Because when you chasing purpose, you don't have to chase the bag. Because when you catch the purpose, the bag is automatically included. You feel me? I just want to share that with y'all real quick. See, the reason why I'm here is because God put something inside of me. It's called a speaking anointing. So he blessed me to use my voice to anoint and help people wherever I am. It don't matter if it's Walmart, Kmart, Sears, Toys R Us. I inspire, motivate, and transform people's lives wherever they are, despite the fear of failure and uncomfortability. Because I'm a little nervous right now. These heels is really skinny, and I feel like I'm about to fall.
So what I liked about her speech was it was you could pull something from it just right then. She gave you a few points. It was entertaining and it was engaging also at the same time. So you were able to laugh, you was able to identify with her. She was real. She wasn't pretending to be this stiff speaker or whatever. And she's right when it comes to money. I mean, we think money is just once we get we are a millionaire, all our problems in, and we got different problems. But when it's like $1,000,000 or you sick the rest of your life, you give all that money back, every single dime, to have your health. Because if you have your health, you can always make the wealth. So
Let's come on now.
so Ari, I want you to give us 3 highlighted points of your speech. We heard those points right there, but tell us the real main points that you wanted people to get from your speech.
3 highlighted points. Okay, I'm gonna make this real simple because in my speech I had 3 highlighted points. So I'm
Okay.
make sure I can navigate this quick and simple for you. So my first one, as y'all just seen, is not about the income, it's about the impact. And I only say that because I come from a city where we make it our sole purpose to chase and get a bag. And I said this, I come from a city where somebody might be doing hair out their house, nails on the corner, selling handicap stickers in the parking lot of CVS, because all we think is to how to get to the money. We don't think about the impact that it's going to make on the people attached to us. We just think about money and hustle and money. Whether if we got to scam it out of people, not saying myself, so don't think I'm a scammer, y'all, because I'm not. I'm a speaker, but I'm just saying that's the mentality my peoples have, because I ain't no shade towards them. Like I don't like stop messing with them because they scam. Like that's what you're gonna do that. But I don't do it. But it's not about the income, y'all. Because when that money runs out, what do they remember you for? What is the legacy that you are leaving behind? All they can say is she had a lot of money. She made a lot of money. What about the generational wealth that you leave for your family? What about your grandchildren's grandchildren? Like the people that go to Walmart every day, they're still generating wealth and making an impact for the person who started Walmart. So if it was just about the money, I don't think Walmart would still be standing. It's about the impact that it makes on the people. That's what keeps your business rolling. Like your gift. Don't chase after the money, y'all. Don't do that, because you're going to fall short every time. If it's not you ain't going to do it for free. It got to be something that you love to do. I'm moving into my second point. The purpose, it has to be something you love. If you don't love it, it's not really your passion. It don't lead to purpose. I love to speak. I love to inspire. I love to motivate. I love God. God orchestrated something inside of me, how I can tie all of those together. And what I do is for him, not me. It's for his kingdom, for his will be done, not Ari's. And so when you move and act accordingly to God's will for your life, he puts you in the positions to get the bag automatically. Like it just shows up. The gift makes room for you. Like I had people asking me, you got speaking engagements and stuff like that. How much they paying you? I'm not chasing after the money. I'm chasing after the impact I'm about to make on these folks, because at the end of the day, these guys, people, it's my job to change their hearts and to call them to something he orchestrated for them to do on this earth. And he's using me, a 24-year-old girl from the east side of Detroit, to do that. So if I know I'm going to fail at that by chasing the money, I'm not just failing at myself. I'm not just failing God. I'm failing everybody connected to this thing. My son, his grandchildren, when he grows up and have kids, their grandchildren, it's not about that. And my third point, I would say, is don't be scared to do it. Don't be scared. You cannot be scared, because if you're scared, that ain't nobody but the enemy. God does not project fear. He doesn't project frustration, and he does not project confusion. That is the spirit of the enemy. And when that comes upon you, you have to rebuke it fast, because at the end of the day, God has the final say. And if he put you in a position to where you feel unqualified for, like myself, sitting in a classroom filled with people who has like doctorate degrees and they graduated college, and I'm like, I'm a 24-year-old single mama. I dropped out of school. I don't work for nobody. And then when I tell my family and them that I'm about to just start my own business and become a speaker, they kind of look at me crazy. But at the end of the day, when God factored in everything, it's nothing to be scared about. And my middle name is Faith. So I have no choice but to literally listen and to do this thing full out, knees buckling and all. skinny heels on stage and all. Like, I'm just going to do it. Like, no questions asked. You cannot be scared, because outside of your comfort zone lies success. It lies generational curses being broken. There lies literally fulfillment, discipline, and commitment. You have to jump over that. Get out your head. Get out your head, because sometimes we could be our own worst critic. And my last point I will say, because I know you said 3, but if you find yourself as the smartest person out your group, leave, because you are who you hang around. So if you hang around people that do things that don't serve your purpose all the time, turning up every weekend, drinking, smoking, every weekend, you're going to become one of those people, and life is going to pass you by. And then when it comes that time, you're going to be 60, 70 years old. Like, dang, I could have made it. I could have used my gift. I could have been great somewhere. So don't ever be scared, y'all. That's my last point.
Wow. For you to be so young, you're talking wisdom.
Thank you.
Truly, you're talking wisdom, because a lot of times fear paralyzes us, and fear stops us from doing what God wants us to do. We really want to do it, but fear puts up a barrier, and fear starts to tell us, can't do it, don't have the resources. What if you become successful? Think of how you got to change. You're fine now. So fear talks us out of our purpose, but we all have to stand in front of God and tell him why we didn't do something. And I don't want to tell God why I didn't do something. There's no excuse. Lord, I was scared. I didn't give you fear. Lord, I have the resources. I have a cattle on 1,000 hills, so everything you said is impactful and powerful. And you're right. For y'all that don't know, the bag is the money. Chasing the bag is chasing the money. So she's right. If you go after the money, you're going to lose your purpose, because you're going to be so busy just chasing that dollar, like a dollar. If you ever went fishing and the dollar's on the hook, and you're going to forever, they're going to keep pulling it. They're baiting you. The enemy baits you with the dollar, because it's never enough. You do this and you're like, that's not enough. It's never enough money. There's nobody. Billionaires don't stop working and never make another dime. Billionaires still work just as hard as when they were millionaires. And it's not saying they're chasing the money, but once you get money like that, you want more, you want more, you want more. I don't know a billionaire yet that say, I'm not working no more. I'm not accepting no more, no income. So thank you. Thank you for that tip. So, all right, it's time for our break. And so, Ari, I want you to give us a 60-second. I got you on the timer, girl. Now, give us a 60-second pitch. You can talk about anything you want to, but make sure you put your contact information in that pitch. Okay, you ready to blow our minds? Because I'm going to check on Facebook and see what they're saying. Okay, you ready? All right, go, girl.
All right, y'all. I am a life coach straight up out the city of Detroit. And my sole purpose on this earth is to coach people to walk into their purpose that God has given them, despite the fear of failure and uncomfortability. The way you can connect with me is on TikTok and Instagram at I am Coach Ari. That is IAMCOACHARI, or on Facebook, where you're watching right now, at Arianna Williams. And I just want y'all to know, it does not matter where you have come from, because at the end of the day, I am a little ghetto. I am a lot of holy. I am very professional. And I got a little hints of ratchetness in me, because I do like hood music, but that's neither here or there. But as y'all can see right now, I'm still walking this thing full out. That's my pitch. And I'm sticking to it.
Wonderful. Did you give me your contact information?
Yes. I am Coach. Oh, and my Gmail. Y'all can contact me through my email as well. I am Coach Ari at gmail.com.
Okay, don't put the E in there like I did. It's
Don't put, yes.
ARI at gmail.com. So, all right, I'm looking at some of the comments. Some of your Let family is out there watching, girl. LaShawn Miko rocked the stage. Me and her hung out Friday afternoon. We went to a restaurant. And we sat and broke bread. We were friends on Facebook. We finally got to meet. She said, hello, Queen. Hashtag let 2023. Annette is in the house. Said, hello, ladies. LaShawn said, I love your spirit. She spoke volumes into my life. Tandra in the house.
Thank
What's
you.
up, Tandra? Tap In Magazine. She said, amazing. I love her energy.
Ooh,
Donna
child, they gonna make me
Lee,
cry. I'm trying not to trying to hold it in.
he's in the house. He said, great job.
Y'all
Latria
gonna make me
rock.
cry.
Listen, Latria rocked the stage. I listened to her speech yesterday, and Latria, every time you come to that, it's just get more powerful. I can't think how you get more powerful, but you do. She said, "Hey, chicka," and then Lioness Marte. I hope I said that right. She's in the house. She said, "I would never get tired of hearing about him," meaning God. He is amazing.
Come
And she
on
says,
now.
so proud of you. Latria said, you were awesome. And Romeo Rondell, I hope I said that right. He said, so proud of you, Ari. And Lioness said, I love your genuine purpose, feel self, Queen Ari. Oh, isn't that nice? And let's see what else. Oh, she just repeated what you said. Your gift will make room for you. And fear is a bald-headed enemy. And Katrina in the house, Dr. Katrina. She just became a doctor this weekend. Congratulations. She said, good evening, ladies.
Congratulations.
Yes. While we were and Katrina, Dr. Katrina, actually, she spoke at the leadership tour. We spoke together. Me, her, and Latria. We spoke our first time together in June of 2021. And you're right. Once you are on the Shawn Fair Leadership Tour, people become family. I have not missed one since I spoke. I have been to every one since. It's not one that I have missed. So all right. So now we're on to the
Definitely
second
become
part of the
family.
show.
Like,
Yes, family for real. The good family though. The good
yes,
family. The family that supports you.
yes.
So we on the second part of the show. Thank you, Ari, for that less than 60-second pitch. I give you 2 thumbs up for that. Great job, great job. And so let's talk about you being a coach. So now I wanted y'all just to hear a little bit of her personality. I wanted y'all to hear some of her wisdom. So you probably think, oh, she's young. You know, it doesn't matter what age you are. It's people that's 70 that don't have the wisdom that she has, that do not speak about God as strongly as she is and as focused and purposeful as she is. So you're a coach. Tell us what you coach people to do or to become.
I coach people to become that person that God has called them to become, not who their family has called them to become, because you do have some family members that shape people to become a lawyer and that's not their calling, and to become a doctor and that's not their calling. I coach people to become that person who God said, this is you. You are a speaker, you are a photographer, you are a book writer, you're a singer, whatever that thing is that God put inside of you, because nobody, and when I say this, I mean nobody, can do that thing that you do better than you do it, like you do it. And if you don't believe me, God did not, he does not and have not, because I'm from Detroit and we get snow. There are not 2 snowflakes that are alike. If y'all ever look very closely to a snowflake, they're very beautiful. Look it up. There is never 2 snowflakes that look exactly alike. So that thing that is inside of you, no matter if it's a million singers in the world, just like you can walk down the aisle at Kroger's and Walmart and Myers and you can see all these brands of bread. Everybody got their own brand that they like. Some people like Sara Lee, some people like Mother, some people like Kroger brand. Just because a whole bunch of other people is doing it does not mean you're not anointed for the job. You are the man for the job. You are the woman for the job, because if God says it, who can be against it? Come on, for real. That's what I do. I just coach and speak life into people to do that thing that they was called to do. And being from my city, everybody in competition with each other. Everybody want to do something because they see the next person doing it. Whole time, you can't fake something that's God. Like if it's in you, it's in you. And if it ain't, people can tell that it's not. They can tell it's not authentic. So
Yes.
that's why I speak the way that I do. That's why I don't minimize myself, because people have told me, like, you kind of ghetto. Like you say you feel me too much when you talk, or you say certain things when you talk, and I feel like you shouldn't say. You speak on God too much. I had somebody tell me, don't get up on a platform talking about God, because people don't like that. Listen, there's an audience for everybody, okay? So whatever my target audience is, and at the end of the day, it's not my audience, it's God's audience, because it's his will. I'm gonna always put that out there. This is not a me thing. It is a God thing. That's why I'm here. I'm not here because of me. I'm not here because of me. If I was, I don't think I would even be on this call. I'll be somewhere sad right now, child.
No, you wouldn't. I can't see you being sad. You have too much light in you. But you're right. People tell you, oh, don't put all that God in there. People don't really want it. But God is good news. The gospel is the good news. So it's just
Yes.
like if you in darkness and I have the light. When you in darkness, when your lights are out, and we know just a few weeks ago in Michigan, when we had the ice storm, a lot of us lost lost our lights. So when we saw light somewhere, we were drawn to it, like, oh, somebody got a generator, or oh, somebody got a flashlight down there. We didn't want to stay in darkness. Even though we was in darkness, we was functioning in that darkness. We really wanted the light. And a lot of people that's in darkness, they drink, they smoke, they is something in them. Before I got saved, I always had this emptiness in me. No matter what I did, I felt this emptiness. But once I got saved, that spot got filled up. So people that's in the darkness, they have a hole in their soul, and they're wondering why I'm just feel like I'm missing something. I'm not happy like I should be. And they will fight God all they want to. I don't need that Jesus. They do. And then you come with the light, and they like, oh, that's the light. I'm in darkness. I want to come out. So people are not going to come out of darkness until we offer this. And I got to say this. You know how we look at the world, Ari, and we like, oh, the world I got so bad. It's horrible. Jesus on his way back. So we think Jesus on his way back because the world has gotten so bad, right? That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says Jesus come back when the gospel is preached around the world. So when they said that, um, I put like this paraphrase: nature is moaning and groaning for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God. Nature is moaning and groaning for us to manifest the word of God all over the earth. So I don't care how bad people get, until we as believers spread that gospel all over the world. God is sitting up in heaven like this. Y'all can pray all y'all want to, but all I need you to do is open your mouth and speak light into the darkness. So give us 3 ways for people to determine what their purpose is. This is your coach test.
3 ways, real fast. I don't know why I always say it real fast. You got to excuse, because I'm trying
That's
to think
okay,
so
girl. Be you. This is not an English show. This is not an etiquette show. It's a be you show.
Thank you. 3 ways. I always tell people to figure out what your purpose is typically your passion. And your passion is that thing that you love to do when you were a child. Okay. That's your passion. Whatever mine was, I like to talk in front of my family. When I was in middle school, I became vice president of the student council. And when it was time to give my speech, I was super excited because it's like, I can talk in front of people. Also, another thing, it is that thing that you would do for free. If you know you wouldn't do it for free, it's not your passion. Because I know people that would be like, I'll show up and sing for you right now for free. I'll show up and write a book for you right now for free. Like, you ain't even got to pay me. I'll do it. I'll do your makeup for free, because that's just something that I would love to do. Like, that's just my, that wait, that was number 2. Okay. Number 3 is when you start to realize, like, you working a 9-to-5 job. This is my favorite one. And this is my favorite one. When you see that you're working a 9-to-5 job, I apologize if you hear the nieces and the kids in the background. Y'all gotta
You're fine.
So if you are working a 9-to-5 job and you realize you don't like the bosses, everything is always going wrong, and it's something in your body calling you to go higher. Like I worked at Walmart. That was my last 9 to 5 job I worked. The lady didn't even say nothing wrong to me. She simply gave me a task to go put some clothes on a Z-Rack to put out there on a sales apparel floor, the apparel sales floor. And I instantly got like, this it. I was like, oh no, Lord, I can't do it no more. I cannot take another order from somebody telling me something to do, and this ain't my passion. I'm tired of folding up clothes after people when they mess up the tables. Like when you start to feel that sensation in your body, like I can't do it, it gotta be something more to this life than me clocking in, working for these people. Because at the end of the day, when you get into your mind that when you go clock into work, you're funding someone else's dream. That's not what God called you to do. Now, granted, some people are called to corporate America. Some people are called to work for others. But I know for the people out there who's under the sound of my voice, and they know for a fact that there's something higher to their life, this is for you. It's that thing that you would do for free, blindfolded. You would show up, whether if it's $1 million or a negative $100, you're going to do it with ease, and you're going to do it like somebody paying you the biggest check in the world. Because I know I would. You can't pay me enough to be like, all right, come and speak, come and motivate, come and pour into people. Child, I'll do it in my sleep. I'll do it over the phone. I just prophesied over an Xfinity lady when she was supposed to be hooking up my mama Wi-Fi. I said, Lord, you're so amazing. You put me on the phone to prophesy. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll do it. But that's how you know. That's how you know when it's just in you and it flows so naturally. But you got to know, just because I'm a speaker doesn't mean I'm perfect at it. I still have work to be done. I still got to be tweaked, because just because you know Bible scriptures don't mean you know the whole Bible, because you can always take one scripture and get 500 other perceptions of it. So just because you do it so well, don't take that to your head and be like, I'm the best at it, because God will humble you fast. You got to exercise your gifts. Just like when you go to the gym, you don't see results the next day. You got to exercise those muscles over and over again until you get the results that you have put in, and you see them coming to fruition in the next season. I
All
feel like I
right.
spoke a lot.
You
But
passed the
yes.
coach test, girl. Let me see what grade. Let me see. Let me mark. I give you an A. You
Oh,
passed your
thank
exam.
you.
Congratulations. You are now a certified purpose coach. The check is in the mail, girl.
Oh, Jesus. Yes, Lord.
You did a great job, Ari. And as a coach, I think you are a great coach because you are motivational. And I see that you know how to speak life into somebody. And I believe that if you coach a person, they're going to get the God side too. They're going to get a twist of both. They're going to get exactly what they need, but they're going to get a word spoken into their life that's going to give them life. And that's what's so important. Because usually a coach is somebody that kind of pumps you up and prep you up and make you realize what's really inside you that you can't see. They're not telling you you are this, you are that. They're making you discover that, because if people tell you that, you're going to always need them to tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I did learn in coaching. It was like, you have to let people see what's inside of them. Once they see it, then they can self motivate. Otherwise, you're going to always have to pump. You're going to always have to prime. In other words, they should be automatically knowing their confidence, knowing their purpose, instead of you have to manually always feed it to them all the time. But you're right. If it's something that you love, you do for free. I've had my show since 2020. I started charging for it this year. And I wasn't going to charge for it, but everybody kept saying, monetize your show. There's people getting contracts, getting hookups. They're making money off your show. You building up people businesses. They're growing, but I was like, I like doing it. I like sitting here talking to people on Tuesday. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to monetize my show. And I didn't do it big. One lady told me, she said, girl, that ain't enough for gas. Which is not. I thought about it. I was like, you know what, that won't. But I love what I do. And because I love what I do and I bless people, I've been blessed. It might not be money, but I got friends, I got connections.
Oh.
just all types of things. So I get it. Once you find your purpose, because let me tell you, people, and you say things that you like to do when you were younger. I always been very creative all over the place. But I'll say this, people like to talk to me and tell me things that they would never tell anybody else. They can be strangers.
Yep.
And they almost can start confessing a murder to me, and I have to stop people. I've literally had to stop people because they was about to confess a murder to me. And I'm like, whoa, hold up, stop, you know. So people like to talk to me. I'm nosy from down south, and then I speak to everybody because I was taught that Southern hospitality. Hey, janitor, it doesn't matter. So I get it. Sometimes we have to go back to our childhood to find ourselves
Yes.
because we got lost between childhood and adult. Because when you was a child, you believed you could be anything. You didn't care about the education. You didn't care about the restrictions. I'm going to be an astronaut. And nobody in your family ever graduated from grade school, let alone from college. You had no limits. What made us
Because
start
children
putting
has
limits?
limitless faith. That's the
Yes.
faith. Nobody talks about how children has faith like no other.
Mm.
And you gotta dig deep. Like, I used to have that. What happened?
Mhm.
Can't let your faith die. You
That's
gotta
true.
hold on to it.
That's
It,
true.
it don't matter if it's just a little bit. I carry mustard seeds in my purse. No lie. Ask my cousins, ask the people that watch my lives. I carry mustard seeds, y'all. Y'all better go to Walmart and go get y'all some. Because when that moment comes and the enemy try to deter you, you just need to hear, this all the faith I need. It's a mustard seed. I'm gonna post it. It's so small, y'all. It's like this tiny.
Yeah.
That's all the faith you need. And I carry them around as a reminder. And I had them at the Leadership Experience Tour as well. I had them there with me on tour as well. So yes.
Well, I commend you for doing an excellent job. So we only have like 4 minutes. So right quick, what is next for you? And then once you tell them what's next, you can go ahead and do your 2 minutes, 2 minute closeout.
So right now, what's next is I am planning on joining Shawn Fair's coaching program, if God is willing, like that. But I feel like I've had confirmation after confirmation. I'm in alignment. I'm in my season. I'm doing what he has called me to do. So right now I am just soaking. First and foremost, I'm relaxing from the weekend. And then I am looking to start Shawn Fair's coaching program, because when you are in the door, that's all it takes. You got to get your feet in the door and get planted in the room, whether if you feel unqualified, whether if you don't speak the language like them, because you stay in the room, you're going to begin to speak the fluent language of everybody else in the room. That's kind of like you not knowing Spanish. But when you go to Mexico and you say hola, and they be like, use your broken language anyway, child. Come on, keep saying it. We're going to teach you some more stuff. And that's how it is. So right now, I'm just allowing my gift to continue to navigate and make room for me. And I want to start, I'm starting his coaching program. And I have amazing opportunities coming my way. So that's really what's next until the next big thing. But right now, I'm here on the Ruby Girl Talk Show. Like, this has been a blessing in itself. Coming right off the stage, right onto a talk show was God. Like, it was all factored in. When you see y'all, when y'all walking y'all assignment, you walking your purpose, everything is factored in. God knew I was going to be here this Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. After I hopped off the stage from Saturday. He said, get you some rest, and I'm putting you on a talk show on Tuesday, and then watch what else I'm about to do with you, because you're being obedient. You're in your purpose. That's what's next.
Okay. So we got 2 minutes. So give them your contact information and just a few parting words.
Never be afraid to start. Your biggest support system come from people that you don't know. I promise you, it's not your family and your friends. Yeah, it's probably like, I give 2% of your family, your friends gonna be there. Them genuinely not trying to be funny, those kind of the ones that support you when it's popular to support you. When you make it out, that's when they see. because they know you for real. They feel like they know the real you. They seen you grow up.
We lost you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. You're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
I'm sorry.
You
Can
was
you hear me?
going
Okay.
to.
So sorry. You can still hear me, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I was saying, like, your biggest supporters come from people that's strangers, basically. When you get into that purpose, that's when the family and them, they kind of gonna wait for you to make it up out. But it's okay. It's part of the plan. It's part of the plan because it's not for them to understand. God didn't give them the vision. He gave it to you. And if you want to connect with me on any platform, my TikTok and my Instagram is I am Coach Ari, IAMCOACHARI @gmail.com. And you can also email me at I am Coach Ari. I'm sorry, y'all. That was my Gmail I just gave y'all. You can connect with me on TikTok and Instagram at I am Coach Ari, not at gmail.com, just I am Coach Ari. And you can email me at I am Coach Ari @gmail.com, as well as connect with me on Facebook too at Arianna Williams. And I am always open to my DMs. I might not get back to you right then and there, but y'all, I promise I see everything and I will respond.
All right, Miss Ari. Thank you so much for your talk tonight. So I'm just gonna close out just really quick. I want to thank Ari for coming tonight and for once again giving us a boost of her middle name, Faith. That's what we need to be walking by, faith. We've been looking too much at what we see around us instead of looking for what we don't see. And part of it is that others don't see our potential, but long as God sees it and God tells us what to do, He's going to put us in room, just like He did Ari, that she felt like she wasn't qualified. But me and her had a conversation. And I told her, I said, God blesses human beings. It's not God blesses women. God blesses the saved. He said He reigns on the just as well as the unjust. God blesses human beings. And so we are human beings. So we should never be like, I don't feel worthy to be in a room. Why not? It's just that they went to school and they got more student debt than you do. You can look at it like that. Or and you can look at it also that you don't need all that. Some people I know don't have a college degree, but just as smart, right? Just as good as somebody that has a master's because it's a gift for them. Sometimes God educates you in His own way. I always say people that are geniuses are really Adams because when Adam was put on the earth, he was in school. I believe Adam knew everything he needed to know. And then when we see geniuses, we're really getting a glimpse of what we all should have been. So if God can bring a baby in this earth and that baby started talking at 2 years, at 1 year old, start writing at 2, you think He can't drop wisdom in us that we don't need a degree to have? Some of us, like I said, are smarter than those that have a degree. Now, I'm not knocking anybody. I have a degree, but it's some friends that I have that I look at them amazed. I was like, I paid all this money and I'm still not as good as you are. So it's all whatever path we go, it's what we have chosen. It doesn't make it any better than Ari's or make it any better than mine. It's what God has directed you to do. So remember, God blesses human beings. So Ari, I want to encourage you on your journey. You are making the right decision. We're going into Shawn Fair's coaching program. You're on fire right now from the stage. Keep the fire burning. Keep interviewing, keep putting your clips out there. Just keep putting yourself out there. Don't stop the momentum. This is the first step of many steps that God is going to take you on your journey. So I'm going to see you on many stages, probably up there with Les Brown talking on his stage. So it's so much easier now to get on people's stages, even if it's virtual, that in the past, we would have never had the opportunity to get on somebody's stage. So I just bless you. I bless your ministry. I bless your coaching business. And I pray that God blesses you, increases you, young lady, and give you strength in your journey. So everybody, thank you for watching. I'll be back next week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to be on a Ruby Girl talk with me so we can have some fun, put your business out there, go to rubygirl.net, click on the talk show tab, and just pick a package and book on my calendar. That's all you have to do. So, all right. Thank you so much for blessing the audience
Thank
tonight.
you.
And if you ever need anything, please let me know. If you ever need to come back on my show, you're always welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Love
So,
you. Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. So, have a good night, everybody, and have a good night, Ari.
You as well. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.